Good morning, students. Am I audible? Okay. I welcome you all for today's online session for the subject Introduction to Engineering Chemistry. Okay. Today's online session, we are going to cover or introduce engineering chemistry. This is Professor Deepali Shirave from PSSM's Bhurabai Sawant College of Engineering. Today's online session, we are going to cover these 3 points. What is engineering chemistry? Why to study engineering chemistry? And the third topic, that is hardness of water and its removing method. We have shared with you the link, that is video link. I think you all might have seen my video. You may have a short idea about hardness of water and its removing method. I think we have covered the types of hardness of water also, right? We will see the brief introduction to hardness of water now. We'll see the first part, that is what is engineering chemistry. I think chemistry is not the new subject for all of you, right? So let's start with your engineering chemistry. Engineering chemistry is the application of principle and theories of the chemistry to answer a real world problems. Yes, you have learned too many principles and theories in the 12th as well as in 11th standard, right? Now what we have to do in the engineering chemistry, we have just applied those principles and theories to solve the real world problems, right? Now see, we just take a small one example. Just look at the screen now. What we have seen on the screen, is there any idea what it is? Yes, anybody? काय आहे हे? पाहिले कधी तुम्ही हे चित्र? Yes, I think you saw in the movie, right? Which movie? Yes, Mission Mangal. Okay, now student may have a question like, what is the relation between engineering chemistry and this Mars machine? Mission Mangal, right? Okay, do you have any idea? काय असेल हे दोन्हींमधलं रिलेशन? काय वाटतं तुम्हाला? काय असू शकतं रिलेशन? Yes, anybody? Yes, Nachiket, you can type your answer in the chat box, right? Yes, anybody? Okay, let's see. In the mission Mangal, we have used these two compounds, which is important part of your mission Mangal, in which we have designed the spacecraft, in which we used one important material that is called as aluminium and composite fiber reinforced plastic sandwich material. हे एक असं कंपाऊंड आहे, एका साध्या भाषेत बोलायचं झालं तर ॲल्युमिनियम हे मेटल आहे. येस, ॲल्युमिनियम इज अ मेटल विच हॅविंग हाय मेकॅनिकल स्ट्रेंथ, राईट? And your plastic is having very lighter weight, right? We are using these two properties to design the spacecraft. Your spacecraft should have a lighter weight, right? This is the main thing. And the thing, your mechanical strength should be high. Yes? So we use this reinforcement, composite reinforcement. You will have a brief introduction as well as the explanation of this composite thing in the engineering chemistry. I am just shortly give you the keyword. What is composite or reinforced? We are just mixing these two things, aluminium metal and plastic, to make it a strong material, right? Is it a chemistry we used for the spacecraft now? Yes, we use. If we don't have idea about engineering chemistry, is it possible that we applied on this spacecraft knowledge, right? So in the Mars mission, there is so many scientists as well as different branches, engineers are involved during this mission, right? And definitely every engineer should have that knowledge. Yes, the basic knowledge of your chemistry. Let's see the next. Let's see the next material, that is Wolverine, which we have used. What is word Wolverine? I think you listen that Wolverine word in the cartoon magazine, right? The Wolverine character. काय आहे Wolverine character? जर त्याला काही लागलं, जखम झाली तो काय करतो? स्वतःला heal करतो, self heal करतो, right? The same way this material is your Wolverine cloth material. It will get self heal itself. असं कधी ऐकलंय का कुठलं क्लॉथ जर टेअर झालं, कट झालं तर ते स्वतःहून रिपेअर होतं? Yes, this is advanced technology, and this advanced technology we used engineering chemistry. Yes, right. So let's see what actually chemistry we used in the Wolverine material. You like it to learn about this Wolverine material? Let's see what actually basic concept we used in the Wolverine material. See, over here, we showed the 3D structure of your Wolverine material. We have a dipole material. I think you know very well what is ion dipole. We have a negative ions, we have a positive ions, right? So in this Wolverine material, we use the dipole solvent in this material. You can see at the bottom, when you have a small cut on the cloth, that will get easily healed by self-healed by using this ion dipole interaction. सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे आयन डायपोल इंटरॅक्शन होतं. इफ वी हॅव अ अपोजिट चार्जेस, definitely these two ions will get attracted to each other. When we have a cut, these ions get separated. I will show you this. This is your Wolverine cloth material, the molecular level structure, where the actually molecules are arranged, right? When you are just cut that material, your arrangement like this, disturbed all dipoles, right? Now the magic is here. The magic is that ionic dipole interaction starting. You know that whenever this positive and negative ions get apart, the short time it will start attracting each other, and this Wolverine material using that fundamental concept of chemistry, and see the structure of your material, it again reappear like the first one. So this cloth we are using in the spacecraft making or designing. So it is having a lighter weight because it is a cloth, yes, and it is having the property to make it a signal transfusion, right? So this is all about your spacecraft designing, where we use the engineering chemistry, right? Yes. आता कसं वाटतंय इंजिनिअरिंग केमिस्ट्री छान आहे की नाही मग सगळीकडे यूज करतात. So you like it now? Yes. Now so many students may have question like, आमची ही ब्रांच असेल तर आम्हाला आवडेल जमेल का केमिस्ट्री, म्हणजे केलंच पाहिजे का? आमची कॉम्प्युटर ब्रांच असेल तर आम्ही इंजिनिअरिंग शिकलंच पाहिजे का केमिस्ट्री असं? तर आपण ब्रांच वाईज बघूया, ठीक आहे? विल सी द मेकॅनिकल इंजिनियर्स. Why we mechanical engineers need to study engineering chemistry? You just think from this small screw to large machineries where we used a different material, and this different materials is your chemistry material only. I think you will, in the future, you will have the metallurgy subject in mechanical engineering, where you deeply take a knowledge about different metals and different materials, right? The important thing for when mechanical engineers is to learn structure, they must be able to design, yes, which must be able to hold static and dynamic load as a material strength depend on its structure on a molecular level. Yes, कुठलाही मेटल आपण यूज करून चालेल का रे? कुठलं एखादं मशीन तयार करायचं असेल तर नाही. दॅट मेटल शुड हॅव द स्टॅटिक अँड डायनॅमिक लोड कॅपॅसिटी. येस. Then so the important thing for a mechanical engineers to first of all choose that particular metal which having that static and dynamic load capacity, holding capacity, right? So what is the important thing? If you know the metal, you should have the basic knowledge, the molecular level structure you should know. Then only you decide which metal we have to choose. Okay. For example, let's see. If we have two metals, we have one steel. Okay, steel is alloy. Everyone know that, right? To increase mechanical strength, we add in iron some amount of carbon. This is your basic knowledge, yes? So definitely that metal is having a high mechanical strength. Do you getting that? If I'm using a copper, steel च्या जागेवर मी जर copper use केलं, is that copper is having that much mechanical strength? No, right? So this is your basic knowledge where we have to apply it, right? So this is all about your mechanical engineering, right? Next we'll see in the civil engineering. In the civil engineers, what civil engineers are do? What is the relation between chemistry and civil engineer? It is a very very huge relation in between your engineering chemistry and civil. The understanding the property of building material. Which are the different material we are using for the building purpose? Yes, RCC construction. You know something about RCC construction? Yes, in the RCC construction, whatever the cement we are used, that cement having the material that should not corrode or should not affect your metal which we using during the construction inside the cement. Yes, so what we are going to learn in the engineering chemistry or applied in the civil engineer, the natural environment and the reaction of building material. What are the building material? For take an example small, the cement. Yes, the building material, whatever the environment and the reaction of बिल्डिंग मटेरियल. मग अशी कुठली रिएक्शन असते रे एन्व्हायरमेंट मध्ये आणि तुमच्या सिमेंटच्या आतमध्ये असलेल्या मेटलमध्ये? साधं मेटल तुम्ही असं बाहेर टाकून ठेवून द्या असं एन्व्हायरमेंट मध्ये, काय होईल? आफ्टर सम टाइम इट स्टार्ट रस्टिंग. येस ऑर नो? येस, इट स्टार्ट रस्टिंग. बट इन सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंग वी आर यूज ए माइल्ड स्टील. प्युअर मेटल घेतलंय का आपण? इज इट वी यूज्ड आयर्न? नो, वी यूज्ड माइल्ड स्टील. इट इज एन alloy. Yes, this steel durability, it's increasing its durability. We are using a small chemistry fundamentals concept. When we are make it alloy, two different metals properties, we are going to mix it, right? And that property is actually applicable over here. जर तुम्ही आयर्न रॉड घेतला रे आरसीसी कन्स्ट्रक्शन मध्ये, काय होईल? इट स्टार्ट करोजन, इट स्टार्ट रस्टिंग. आणि रस्ट झालं तर त्याची लाईफ तेवढी राहील का? जितक्या दिवस तुमचं कन्स्ट्रक्शन राहायला पाहिजे तेवढे दिवस राहील का? नाही राहणार. सो वन गुड सिव्हिल इंजिनियर और सक्सेसफुल इंजिनियर शुड हॅव दॅट नॉलेज टू सिलेक्ट ए पर्टिक्युलर मेटल विच हॅव्हिंग द ड्युरेबिलिटी हायर and resistivity to corrosion. Okay, next, in the civil engineers only, the whatever the substances we use, the basic material you should know and its property also, right? So definitely, is it engineering chemistry is useful for civil engineers? Yes, it is useful. Yes, now next we'll see the electronics engineering. Electronics engineering मध्ये काय यूज केलं जातं केमिस्ट्रीचं? The very important part, that is different small component which we used in the electronic engineering. That is, it may be a devices, small devices, it may be a chip, it may be a small component. Over there we are used the main chemical component is conductor, semiconductor and insulator. आता तुम्हीच मला सांगणार आहात घरातलं कुठलाही एक्झाम्पल घ्या तुम्ही इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स रिलेटेड, जिथे आपले केमिकल्स कुठले यूज केले जातात? कंडक्टर. तुमची कंडक्टर वायर जी आहे, फॉर एक्झाम्पल घरातले तुमचे जे लाइटनिंग वायर जे असतात, लाईटच्या वायर्स, राईट? त्या वायर मध्ये जी वायर यूज केली असते ते कुठलं मेटल असतं? इट शुड बी द मेटल ना. कंडक्टिंग मेटल्सच असतात ना. इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कोण कंडक्ट करतं? ओनली मेटल्स. येस ऑर नो? कज नॉन मेटल यूज करून चालेल तिथे? नाही चालणार. हे बेसिक नॉलेज आहे तुमचं 12वीचं. 12th स्टँडर्ड मध्ये तुम्ही हेच शिकलाय, दॅट युअर मेटल्स आर हॅव्हिंग द electricity conducting property. So this is the basic knowledge where we are used. The conductor should be that metal which can easily conduct the electricity. The same way your semiconductors. What are the conductors you have learned in the 12th standard, huh? Tell me the answer. Anyone? Yes, Chetan? Semiconductor कुठला यूज असतात? दोन एक्झाम्पल्स आहेत त्याचे, सिंपल, सिलिकॉन अँड germanium, right? So these are the elements we used in the semiconductors, right? What about insulator? Is it required insulator for the electronics engineering? Yes, it is required. It is for safety purpose, right? Whatever the wire which we use for the electricity transfer, right? We are using the insulator material, insulating material for safety purpose, right? That insulator is nothing but what? Your chemistry compound. What is that? Yes, anybody? The simple word. Yes, plastic. Yes, or different fibers which having non-conducting property. Yes, so these are the simple chemistry which we applied in the electronics engineering. The very important thing is the chips in the electronics, which we are very important for electronics devices, and the material which we are selecting to make a chip is based on the chemistry of that material. Yes, chips साठी तुम्ही कुठलं मटेरियल यूज करताय, that is very important. Clear? So is it engineering chemistry is required for electronics engineers? Yes, it is required. So that's why we're having a compulsory subject for your first year. Okay, next we will see for the electrical engineer. Your electrical engineer, they start only at the battery. Yes, the battery is the fundamental concept for your electrical engineering, right? Yesterday's lecture you have might heard about battery. Electrical engineer मध्ये सगळ्यात important battery आहे ना? Yes, 12th standard मध्ये तुम्ही सगळं पाहिलेलं आहे हे. कशामध्ये? Electrochemistry, right? You have a huge, big topic on the electrochemistry, right? Whatever we are learning in the engineering chemistry for this semester, in the engineering chemistry, whatever you have put some basic knowledge from electrochemistry that we are going to apply over here. We have 2 to 3 units. In that unit, we are going to apply this basic knowledge from your electrochemistry topic. Okay, now keep it in mind and clear that topic, okay, for your engineering. Okay, for C, electrical engineers. Electrical engineers, if we are just considering the battery, it is a voltaic cell. Saganam mahiti hai na? Yes, in the voltaic cell, we are using anode, cathode, and with that anode cathode, we are using a salt. तुम्हाला स्क्रीनवरती दिसत असेल एक छोटंसं व्हॉल्टेक सेलचं मी एक एक्झाम्पल दिलेलं आहे तुम्हाला. इन दिस सेल हु इज गोइंग टू टेल मी विच एनर्जी गेटिंग कन्वर्टेड टू विच एनर्जी? सिंपल क्वेश्चन आहे. कोण सांगेल मला? एनर्जी कन्वर्जन कुठला आहे? येस, एनीबडी? इट्स अ सिंपल chemical energy converted into electrical energy. Yes, when your reaction is taking place, anode to cathode, the ions are flowing inside the solvent and free electrons after oxidation reduction takes place. Second, the oxidation reduction. Yes, very important part of your basic engineering, basic chemistry. So this oxidation reduction takes place simultaneously, and whatever the electrons free, they are moved from your wire and electricity generated. किती सोपं आहे ना? जर तुम्हाला केमिस्ट्रीचं नॉलेज असेल तर. जर मी हे झिंक आणि कॉपरच्या ऐवजी दुसरे मेटल यूज केले तर तुमचं बॅटरी तयार होईल का? नाही. द सिलेक्शन ऑफ मेटल इट इज very important for the battery design. Okay, and whatever the quantity we are using as a solvent and electrodes, it is also important, okay, for the electrical design. This is all about your electrical engineering. Next, we are talking about the computer engineering. So many students having the basic question, madam, we want to do computer engineering, and what is the relation between computer engineering and engineering chemistry? Why should we learn chemistry for computer engineering? No, it is required. Now look at the screen. We have a very high advanced technology that is LCD monitor. I think everyone heard about LCD monitor. What is it? It is a basic chemistry application. LCD is having the long form. कोण सांगेल मला long form LCD चा? It is liquid crystal desktop. Yes, मयूर बरोबर. काय आहे LCD म्हणजे? It is a liquid crystal desktop, right? And that LCD contains small amount of lead as well as mercury, right? These are the small compound we are using in during LCD monitor design, right? This is a small application of your chemistry. I'm just taking 2 examples. It means not like that we have only 2 applications. We have lots many applications in the computer engineering. We'll see next example, that is optical fiber. कोण सांगेल मला ऑप्टिकल फायबर काय आहे? It is a highly advanced technology we used nowadays to increase the internet speed. Yes, is it internet speed is related to your computer engineering? Yes or no? Yes, it is related to computer engineering. जर तुम्हाला इंटरनेटचं स्पीडच नाही मिळालं तर तुम्ही काय करू शकता का? सॉफ्टवेअर फॉर्म करू शकता? नाही करू शकत. Yes, so whatever the optical fiber wire which we use to increase the internet speed increase होण्यासाठी जे आपण वायर यूज करतो, that is your optical fiber. Yes, and that optical fiber is having a very important composition of chemical we used, and that is made from silica and fluoroaluminate. Which compound we used? Silica and fluoroaluminate. This silica is having a very important property. सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे, मला वाटतं माहिती आहे सगळ्यांना. सिलिकाची एक सिंपल बेसिक प्रॉपर्टी काय आहे? It will transmit light 100%. Light will transmit 100% from your silica. Yes or no? काय फायदा होईल मग आपल्याला या सिलिकाचा किंवा हे केमिकल्स त्याच्यात यूज केले म्हणून काय फायदा झाला? Your internet speed is depends on your light transmittance. Yes, if your light transmittance is high, your internet speed is high. Yes or no? So if you don't have knowledge that silica is having that property to transmit 100% of your light, is it easy to apply that knowledge? Yes. So that particular scientist who invented this technique, optical fiber, he has having that engineering chemistry knowledge. Yes. So today onward, yes, everywhere we require engineering chemistry or chemistry, basic knowledge. Yes. Okay. So this is all about your different branches of engineering, right? Now you decide which branch you want to choose. कोणीतरी एका ब्रांचला चाललंय, माझा मित्र चाललाय म्हणून मी चाललोय, तर असं करू नका. जसं मी तुम्हाला एक एक्झाम्पल सांगितलं मार्स मिशनचं. In that particular mission, there is different branches of scientists, different engineering branches, engineers are there participated during this mission. So it is not compulsory ki I have to choose that field where all are going. No, you don't do that. You decide it. तुम्हाला काय आवडलं? आतापर्यंत तुमचे 3 लेक्चर झालेत, आज माझं 4थं लेक्चर आहे. त्या 3 लेक्चर्स मध्ये तुम्ही फर्स्ट डिसाइड करा. इथून पुढेही काही लेक्चर्स होणार आहेत. तुम्हाला पहा काय आवडतं ते चेक करा. बरोबर? माझा मित्र कॉम्प्युटरने चाललाय, मी पण जाणार. असं करून चालेल का? तुला जर मेकॅनिकल आवडत असेल तर तू कॉम्प्युटर करू शकशील का? येस. किंवा माझा मेकॅनिकलला चाललाय मित्र म्हणून मी मेकॅनिकलला जाईल, असं करू नका. यू डिसाइड युअर सेल्फ. येस. चूज युअर ब्रांच अकॉर्डिंगली विथ युअर बेसिक नॉलेज ॲज वेल ॲज युअर चॉईस. येस. तुम्हाला काय आवडतंय त्याच्यावरती तुम्ही डिसाइड करा की मला काय सिलेक्ट करायचं. बरोबर? मार्स मिशन खूप इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. कीप इट इन माइंड. सगळे इंजिनियर्स तिथे आहेत. ठीक आहे. आणि आपलं केमिस्ट्री महत्वाचं यूज केलेलं आहे तिथे. येस. नेक्स्ट वी विल स्टार्ट विथ आवर टॉपिक. शुड आय स्टार्ट विथ hardness of water? Okay, so we start with hardness of water. किती लोकांनी माझा व्हिडिओ पाहिलाय? येस, सगळ्यांनी पाहिलाय? Yesterday only we shared the link. ओके, आय थिंक मी असं समजून चालते की सगळ्यांनी पाहिलेलं आहे. ठीक आहे. पण असे एखाद दोन असतात ना ज्यांनी पाहिलेला नसतं व्हिडिओ, त्यांच्यासाठी आपण शॉर्टली रिवाइज करूया. ठीक आहे. आणि मग डीपली पाहूया. चालेल. चला आपण शॉर्टली रिवाइज करूया. व्हॉट इज हार्डनेस ऑफ वॉटर? इफ सोप डज नॉट फॉर्म गुड लेदर इन वॉटर, दॅट रिझल्टेड वॉटर इज सेड टू बी हार्ड वॉटर. आता सोपी गोष्ट आहे. तुम्हाला घरामध्ये नेहमी आई म्हणत असेल, अरे बोरचं वॉटर मी नाही घेऊ शकत, यूज करू शकत कपडे धुवायला. का रे नाही यूज करू शकत आई बोरचं वॉटर? बोरिंग वॉटर सगळ्यांना माहिती असेल, मला तरी वाटतंय. बोर वॉटर माहिती आहे तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना, ज्याच्यामध्ये जरी आपण साबण टाकला किंवा डिटर्जंट पावडर जरी यूज केली, त्याच्यामध्ये काय होत नाही, फोमिंग तयार होत नाही किंवा लॅदर फॉर्मेशन होत नाही. ते कशामुळे? बिकॉज ऑफ युअर वॉटर इज हार्ड. येस. This is the simple definition of your hard water or hardness of water. If your soap does not form good lather in water, that resulted water is said to be hard. आता इथे मी तुम्हाला दोन दाखवलेत बघा diagrams. In the first diagram, we have a hard water in which that tub does not have the lather formation. Instead of that, can you see this white colored hard coating? This is because of your hard water, huh? And the next, in this picture, you can see so much foam is created. Actually, that water is soft water. That's why lather formation takes place. Now, see what makes your water hard actually. तर तुम्ही विचार कराल, रेन वॉटर जे असतं ते रेन वॉटर मध्ये कुठलेही केमिकल्स, कुठलेही सॉल्ट्स प्रेझेंट नसतात, राईट? इट इज कम्प्लिटली सॉफ्ट वॉटर. देन व्हॉट मेक्स युअर वॉटर हार्ड? whenever that rainwater directly come in contact with your soil and stones, limestones, बरोबर की नाही, stones वरती पाऊस पडू शकतो, yes, and that water will be going through that stone and soil, and whatever the salt present in that stone as well as soil, there is different types of salt present in stones and soil. That salt get dissolved in your rainwater. Is it? So actually सगळेच salt तुमच्या waterला hard करत नाही. So particular some salts are make it your water hard. What are those particular salts? Look at the screen. The calcium and magnesium ions. These are the main important cations, and their salts make your water hard. The calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, and its chloride and sulfate. Again the same, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, and magnesium sulfate. So you're getting the three main salts. First bicarbonate, second chloride, and third is sulfate. All right. So these are the salts which make your water hard. Now, सगळ्यांना असं वाटलं असेल की आता हे लॅदर फॉर्मेशनची रिएक्शन काय असेल. सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे सोपचं केमिकल स्ट्रक्चर काय असतं, सोडियम स्टिरेट, और यू माइट हॅव हर्ड द वर्ड दॅट इज सोडियम फॅटी ऍसिड. सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे का सोडियम सॉल्ट ऑफ फॅटी ऍसिड? हे तुमचं साधं नाव झालेलं आहे तुम्हाला 12th स्टँडर्ड मध्ये, and it is called as sodium salt of fatty acid. It also known as a common name that is sodium stearate, and it is having this structure. Look at the screen now. Yes, this is your sodium stearate or sodium salt of fatty acid. The fatty acids are get replace one hydrogen and there is formation of or loosely bonded this sodium to your fatty acid to make it sodium stearate. So this is the simple structure of your sodium stearate, or तुम्ही सोप पण म्हणू शकता. ठीक आहे. तर this sodium which is loosely bonded to your fatty acid, yes, and this particular structure, आणि सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे सॉल्ट्स मोस्टली पाण्यामध्ये डिझॉल्व्ड असतात ना, NaCl पाण्यामध्ये डिझॉल्व्ड आहे की नाही. The same way this sodium stearate is also salt. It is dissolved in water, and because of it is going to dissolve in water, it makes lather formation. Do you getting the point? You will clear that in the next slide. In this slide, you will see this position where your sodium is actually bonded. It is loosely bonded, because it is a salt, no? Na plus, and these whole branches are having negative charge, right? So that loosely cation, sodium cation, get replaced by your calcium. Yes, this calcium काय करतो त्याला रिप्लेस करतो. त्यामुळे तुम्हाला काय होतं, sorry, yes, this calcium salt get placed to your sodium. आता तुम्ही म्हणाल हे कॅल्शियम कुठून आलं, जे तुम्ही पाणी यूज केले की नाही, जर ते हार्ड असेल तर त्याच्यामध्ये काय असणार आहे मी सांगितलं, that water having this calcium and magnesium salt, and salt in the water form मध्ये कसे असतात. फॉर एक्झाम्पल आपण NaCl यूज केलं 12वीतलं, NaCl पाण्यामध्ये कुठल्या फॉर्म मध्ये असतो, Na+Cl-. सेम वे इफ यू आर कन्सिडरिंग कॅल्शियम सल्फेट, or we can consider as a calcium carbonate, that calcium carbonate or calcium sulfate will be in form of Ca+2 and SO4-2, positive negative form, right? Now see what happened, that loosely bonded sodium get replaced by calcium. आता सगळ्यांना हा क्वेश्चन असेल की मॅडम हे दोन चेन्स कुठून आल्या. मागच्या स्लाइड मध्ये तर तुम्ही एक चेन दाखवली होती. जेव्हा तुमचा एक सोडियम रिप्लेस होतो त्यावेळी एकच पॉझिटिव्ह आयन असतो ना सोडियम वरती, पण आपल्या कॅल्शियम वरती किती चार्ज आहे, 2, बिकॉज कॅल्शियम इज हॅव्हिंग व्हॅलेन्सी +2. दॅट्स वाय वन कॅल्शियम और वन मॅग्नेशियम रिक्वायर्ड 2 चेन्स. म्हणजे 2 सोडियम तुम्ही रिप्लेस केल्याच्या नंतरने तुमचा एक कॅल्शियम जाऊन इथे हे सॉल्ट तयार करतो आणि त्याला बोलतात कॅल्शियम स्टिरेट. ओके, फर्स्ट ड्युरिंग leather formation you have sodium stearate. If your water is hard water, the sodium, loosely bonded sodium, will get replaced by your calcium and magnesium ion. आता मला कोण सांगेल, जसं मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं that sodium salt of fatty acid is dissolved in water, and that's why your lather formation takes place. Why? Because it is dissolved in water. Yes. What about this calcium stearate? Your calcium stearate, it does not get dissolved inside the water. It will be remain as it is in the PPT form, or it also called as a scum. तुम्ही जर समुद्राचं पाणी पाहिलंय कधी, समुद्राच्या किनारी कसं खळखळता फेस बाहेर येतो, पाहिलंय का? समुद्रामध्ये सॉल्ट्स असतात प्रेझेंट खूप सगळे, लक्षात येते का? त्या हेजिटेशन किंवा जे भरपूर तुमचं हे होतं, काय बोलतात त्याला आपण, तर त्याच्यामुळे तुमचे सॉल्ट्स पाण्यामध्ये जास्ती वाढत जातात समुद्राच्या, आणि मग ते सॉल्ट्स किंवा स्कम फॉर्म मध्ये, पीपीटी फॉर्म मध्ये ते काय पडतात, बाहेर पडतात. लक्षात येत आहे? सो तो स्कम असतो, that is called as scum. That is not a lather formation. Why it is not going to form a lather? Do you getting why your hard water is not going to form lather? Because your hard water containing calcium and magnesium ions get replaced that sodium ion. Yes, and that's why your lather formation stopped. Okay, this is all about your lather formation concept. Now you will have the idea and the differentiate. We can easily differentiate soft water and hard water. आता घरी जाऊन चेक करायचं हा, तुम्ही जे यूज करता ते वॉटर सॉफ्ट आहे की हार्ड आहे. ज्या पाण्यामध्ये जास्त फेस तयार होईल ते पाणी कसं असणार आहे, सॉफ्ट असणार आहे, आणि ज्याच्यामध्ये कमी तयार होईल फेस ते कसं असणार आहे, हार्ड वॉटर. आता घरी जाऊन चेक करायचं तुम्ही हा. आता नेक्स्ट आपण टाइप्स पाहणार आहोत. वी विल सी द टाइप्स ऑफ हार्डनेस ऑफ वॉटर. The very first type is temporary hardness of water, and the second type of your hardness of water is permanent hardness of water. Now the word itself gives you the meaning of hardness of water. Temporary, तुम्ही इझिली ते काय करू शकता, रिमूव्ह करू शकता तो हार्डनेस. येस, आता तो असे कुठले सॉल्ट्स आहेत दॅट मेक्स युअर वॉटर टेम्पररी हार्ड? सो हिअर इट इज ओनली बायकार्बोनेट्स, calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate. The bicarbonate only make it your water temporary hard. Yes, and this temporary hardness we can easily remove by simple boiling method. तुम्ही फक्त बॉईल केल्याबरोबर काय होतं, कुठलंही वॉटर बॉईल केल्याबरोबर सगळ्यात आधी काय दिसतं रे तुम्हाला, बबल. That bubble is nothing but carbon dioxide. Yes, the carbon dioxide removed from your water. I will show the reaction also, don't worry. During boiling we are removing the temporary hardness of water. Now look at the screen. You have a simple reaction. If we are considering calcium bicarbonate, मी तुम्हाला आधीच सांगितलं, calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate, these both salts are making your water temporary hard. What happened when you strongly heat the water? Anyways, मी कधी पाणी गरम केलं तर काय होतं रे, बुडबुड येतात थोड्या वेळानंतर काय होतं, बबल यायला सुरुवात होते. That bubble is nothing but your carbon dioxide. Look at the screen now. Simply by heating your hard water which having the calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate, you will get the product calcium carbonate plus your water and carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide काय आहे? It is in the gaseous state. Yes, it will be evolved from your water, and what remains inside the water? Calcium carbonate. The same way with your magnesium bicarbonate also. When your magnesium bicarbonate is going to heat higher temperature, again the same thing is happen, but over here we are getting product magnesium hydroxide. Yes, and with that we have a carbon dioxide. The same thing again, carbon dioxide will evolve from your water, but what about this product, calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide? कोण सांगेल? Is it a soluble in water? Calcium carbonate is a soluble in water. कोण सांगेल? Is it a soluble? Yes, anyone? No, it is not soluble in water. It will be remain as it is in the water. Yes. So this undissolved part we can easily separate out by simple filtration method. आणि मग तुम्हाला काय मिळेल? After filtration, whatever the remaining water, it is completely free from your calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate. It means that particular water does not have temporary hardness causing salt, and your water will be soft. This is the simple method to remove your temporary hardness. Next method we will see, that is by using a lime water or lime powder. Okay, this is also called as a Clark's method. In this Clark's method we use a lime. सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे काय केमिकल फॉर्म्युला असतो, स्क्रीनवर आहे मॅडम, हो ना, आम्ही सांगू शकतो बघून. येस, दिस इज द केमिकल फॉर्म्युला ऑफ युअर लाईम, कॅल्शियम हायड्रॉक्साइड. Don't confuse in between washing soda and lime. These are the two different compounds. Lime is your calcium hydroxide and washing soda is your calcium carbonate. Keep it inside your mind. Yes, now look at the reaction. जसं तुम्ही हिटिंगच्या वेळी पाहिलेलं आहे काय होतं. नाव विल सी इन द क्लार्क्स मेथड. इन द क्लार्क्स मेथड whatever the bicarbonates present in your temporary hardness water, it may be a calcium bicarbonate or it may be a magnesium bicarbonate. When we are adding that water, a calcium hydroxide, that is your lime water, it may be in the lime water form, that is liquid form, or it might be having in the powder form. Okay, so when we add that calcium hydroxide, that is nothing but your lime, what we will get? We will get a calcium carbonate. It is a simple reaction. It is a simple reaction where your calcium will acquire this carbonate and make it your calcium carbonate. Yes, yes, and your water will be free from your calcium bicarbonate. Again, the product will be same, calcium carbonate, which is undissolved in water. Again, we'll think about the magnesium bicarbonate. Yes, this magnesium bicarbonate, when it is going to react with your calcium hydroxide, calcium carbonate is your one product and the second product is your magnesium hydroxide. And we know that this calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide and this calcium carbonate also, these are not dissolved in water. It will be remain as it is in the water, and which will get easily removed by simple filtration method. Yes, sopa. These are the very easiest method to remove temporary hardness of water. Now see, we will start with the next part, and which is a very, very important, that is permanent hardness of water. We have seen the temporary hardness of water, in which the bicarbonates, specifically the bicarbonates of your calcium and magnesium, are responsible for to give hardness to your water, right? But in case of your permanent hardness of water, with your bicarbonate, sulfates and chlorides are actually make it your water permanent hard. Sulfate and chloride of magnesium and calcium. मग तुमचा सल्फेटचा सॉल्ट कुठला आहे मॅग्नेशियमचा? सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे कुठला आहे. मॅग्नेशियम सल्फेट, MgSO4, सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे ना. नेक्स्ट calcium sulfate, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride. These are the 4 main salt which are responsible for to give a permanent hardness of water. सगळ्यांना परमनंट हार्डनेस म्हणजे काय ते सांगायचं मला सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचं. या स्लाइड मध्ये चेक करा तुम्ही. हे जे पिक्चर्स आहेत स्लाइड वरती ते तुम्ही कधीतरी डे टू डे लाईफ मध्ये चेक केलेले असू शकतात. द पाईप, वॉटर पाईप्स, it is having a inner inside your water pipe there is an hard white colored coating. It is an hard, we cannot easily remove that coating, the white colored hard coating. This is because of your hard water using. त्या पाईप मधून जर तुमचं हार्ड वॉटर गेलं असेल तर result of that hard water flowing through this. Battery low होती है sir. Okay, sorry. So this inside this water pipe you have this hard coating. This is because of your hard water flowing through that pipe from so many years. The next, shower. You have seen on the shower. 1-2-3 महिन्यानंतर जर शॉवर क्लीन नसेल केला तर घरी नक्की चेक करा. घरी जाऊन त्या शॉवर वरती व्हाईट कोटिंग दिसेल तुम्हाला जर तुमच्या घरी बोर वॉटर येत असेल तर, राईट. तर दॅट हार्ड व्हाईट कोटिंग इज अ रिझल्ट ऑफ बाय युझिंग युअर परमनंट हार्ड वॉटर. सॉफ्ट वॉटर जे आहे तुमचं टेम्पररी हार्ड वॉटर जे आहे त्याच्यामुळे असं हार्ड व्हाईट कोटिंग डिपॉझिशन होत नाही. बट इन केस ऑफ युअर परमनंट हार्डनेस ऑफ वॉटर, this white colored hard deposition takes place in the utensils or pipelines or different material or the compounds which we use in or directly in contact with your water, where this type of problem we are facing. तुम्ही घरी पाणी गरम करायला एखादं भांडं जर यूज करत असाल तर आठवेल तुम्हाला ते पाणी गरम करायच्या भांड्यामध्ये तुम्हाला एक व्हाईट कोटिंग दिसेल आतमध्ये. ते कशामुळे आहे तर तुम्ही कंटिन्युअस हार्ड वॉटर यूज केल्यामुळे ते तुम्हाला हार्ड कोटिंग मिळतं. सो दिस इज द सॉल्ट्स विच मेक युअर वॉटर परमनंट हार्ड. आता तुम्ही क्लिअर करू शकता. हे मी तिसऱ्यांदा सांगते कुठले आहे सॉल्ट. क्लोराइड, सल्फेट. These are the 4 salts: calcium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium chloride and magnesium sulfate. These are the 4 salts which make your water permanent hard. Yes. How we can remove this permanent hardness? There is 4 different methods to remove this permanent hardness of water. By using first method, treatment with washing soda. second, Kalgan's method, third, ion exchange method, and the fourth one is synthetic resin method. Now, who is going to tell me the chemical name of washing soda? मी आधीच्या स्लाइड मध्ये सांगितलेलं आहे. किती लोक चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये टाइप करतायत आन्सर? मला त्याच्यावरून कळेल किती लोकांचं लक्ष होतं लेक्चर मध्ये. येस, वॉशिंग सोडाचं मी केमिकल नाव सांगितलं होतं ना, लाईन ट्रीटमेंटच्या वेळी सांगितलं होतं, टेम्पररी हार्डनेस रिमूव्हिंग मेथड मध्ये. Yes, we'll see the first method, that is washing soda method. Your washing soda is nothing but sodium carbonate. Yes. Okay. Now what happened in this method? We are using small amount of washing soda and put it inside the permanent hardness of water. Yes. Yes, definitely that water may having the chloride salt or it may having a sulfate salt. We just look this first reaction with your chloride. If your permanent hardness causing water is having this salt like calcium chloride and magnesium chloride, during that what reaction takes place with your washing soda? Look at the screen now. Your calcium chloride is going to react with your washing soda, and that is nothing but sodium carbonate, and you will get calcium carbonate and sodium chloride. These are the simple reaction. No need to think about the mechanism or all that. This is a Na plus and Cl minus. You just consider that positive and negative charges. Don't think much. So the main product of your washing soda method, the calcium carbonate with calcium chloride. What about magnesium chloride? It will be magnesium carbonate and sodium chloride. So the main byproduct salt is your sodium chloride. All right. Next, what about sulfate? Next slide. याच्या आधी कोणी सांगू शकेल मला? कॅल्शियम सल्फेट आणि मॅग्नेशियम सल्फेट बरोबर काय रिएक्शन होईल ते? Yes. The main product will be same. Only byproduct salts will be different. Now look at the screen. Yes, calcium sulfate is going to convert a calcium carbonate, same like your chloride, and magnesium sulfate will be converted to magnesium carbonate. But now you have different byproduct. तिकडे काय होते? Sodium chloride, and over here sodium sulfate, because you have a calcium sulfate salt. Is it? It's a very simple reaction. Now this is one method. Again, फक्त एवढी रिएक्शन करून चालेल का? वॉशिंग सोडा टाकला, झालं परमनंट वॉटर सॉफ्ट वॉटर मध्ये कन्वर्ट होईल का? नाही. येस, आर बाय प्रोडक्ट्स द कॅल्शियम कार्बोनेट and magnesium carbonate, which is undissolved in water. Again, we are going to just separate it with a simple filtration method, right? Let's go next. Next method of your removing method, that is Kalgan method. In the Kalgan method, we are using one chemical, that is sodium hexametaphosphate. Look at the structure now. It is a very simple method. No need to learn about the reaction and all that. It's a simple reaction. Here, this is your complex structure of sodium hexametaphosphate. You can see around this hexametaphosphate, you can see loosely bonded sodium ions. These are the loosely bonded sodium ions. These sodium ions get replaced by your calcium and magnesium ions. Yes. So when your sodium hexametaphosphate we are adding in the hard water, all magnesium and calcium ions get captured by this hexametaphosphate, and your water will be soft. All right. This is that much simple. And whatever the complex will be formed by after capturing calcium and magnesium ion in the sodium hexametaphosphate, it will get easily dissolved in water and it not makes your water hard. So this is the simple method to remove permanent hardness. Yes. Now next, if you have any doubts, you can ask me by completion of this session. I will give you the time. Okay, you don't worry. You can ask any question. We just flow through this different slides. Now see the third method of hardness removing, permanent hardness removing, that is zeolite or ion exchange method. You really like this method. Why? See, because it's a very simple method. The sodium aluminum silicate is the chemical name of your zeolite. You can just remind the zeolite word. What is your zeolite? Zeolite is nothing but the sodium aluminum silicate. Now look at the structure. Here you have a 3D structure of your sodium aluminum silicate, and this is structure of your 2D structure of your sodium aluminum silicate. Now see how your sodium cation is intermediate to me. Aluminium, oxygen and silicon, they are bounded around your sodium cation, and it is in between जे मध्ये स्पेस असतं त्याच्यामध्ये आहे तुमचा सोडियम. अगेन सेम कॉन्सेप्ट, दॅट सोडियम कॅटायन इज लूजली बॉन्डेड इनसाइड दिस zeolite structure. And we know that whenever that sodium cation is loosely bounded in the structure, we can easily replace it, right? Let's see. In the zeolite ion exchange method, why we are using word ion exchange? Because the sodium, magnesium cation and calcium cation, we are going to replace it, exchange with your sodium cation. That's why using word ion exchange method, right? We'll see briefly. Huh? Look at the structure now. Look at the diagram now. We are using one tank, and inside the tank we are put a zeolite bed. Zeolite bed, it is in a solid form. The net-like structure, we are just put it at the center of your tank, right? And from top of your tank, we are adding a raw water, means your hard water, which is to be treated, right? Jala treat करायचे, that water we are going to pass through this upper inlet. Yes, when that hard water is going to pass through that zeolite bed, what happened? That zeolite bed, whenever in contact with your hard water, and if that hard water content your chloride and sulfate salt, like this, you can see, if this water contain calcium chloride and magnesium sulfate, right, what will be happen? Whatever the cations present in that hard water get replaced by your sodium. सोडियमची जागा कोण घेतील? हे कॅल्शियम आणि मॅग्नेशियम घेतील. तुम्हाला रिएक्शन मी दाखवेल, यू डोंट वरी. मग मला तुम्ही सांगा, whenever your zeolite bed over here and your water is passing through that zeolite bed, whatever the salt which is present in water, that cations get replaced by your sodium. So जिथे कॅल्शियम क्लोराईड होतं तिथे काय झालंय बघा, आता काय झालंय? सोडियम क्लोराईड. कुठून आला तो सोडियम? Which is loosely bonded inside the zeolite. Yes, so these cations will get replaced by your sodium and formation of sodium chloride. Calcium chloride get converted into sodium chloride and magnesium sulfate is converted into sodium sulfate. This is very easy part. So this is all about whatever the water we will get, that is soft water. Some student may have a question, madam, we have a NaCl and Na2SO4, that is sodium sulfate. How we cannot use word it is not a hard water? No, it is not hard water, because your sodium chloride and sodium sulfate does not make your water hard. So whatever the water you will get from this procedure, it is soft water. Okay, okay, we'll see the reaction. Here we have Na2Z. मी shortcut use केलाय reaction साठी, so it might be easy for you to understand the reaction. See, look at this, Na2Z, Z for zeolite. You cannot draw this complex structure over here, no? So I'm just putting over here Z, all right? So Na2Z is your zeolite, plus if we considering calcium chloride is salt, you will get this Na2, 2Na get replaced by 1 your calcium. Clear? काय झालं? आयन एक्सचेंज झालं का? इन द सॉल्ट तुमच्या कॅल्शियमच्या जागेवर इथं कुठे काय आलं बघा, सोडियम आलं, आणि इथं जिओलाइट मध्ये काय झालं? सोडियमच्या जागेवर कॅल्शियम आलं. सो दिस इज आयन एक्सचेंज मेथड. ऑलराइट, द सेम वे विथ युअर मॅग्नेशियम क्लोराइड. इथं परत तुमचं जिओलाइट घेतलेलं आहे Na2Z, Z फॉर जिओलाइट, लूजली बाउंडेड, 2 सोडियम आयन्स गेट रिप्लेस बाय सिंगल मॅग्नेशियम. आता हा क्वेश्चन जर कोणाला असेल की मॅडम 2 सोडियमच्या जागेवर 1 कॅल्शियम काय येतं? Again, basic concept of your 12th standard. Our magnesium is having +2 charge, and yes, sodium is having +1 charge. That's why if we want to replace it, we have to match the reaction. Yes, that's why when we are removing 2 sodium, we have to replace it by single calcium. All right, and our byproduct is sodium chloride. All right, this is all about the reaction of your zeolite. फक्त तुम्ही जिओलाइट टाकलाय आणि रिएक्शन तुमची होतीये, वॉटर सॉफ्ट होत आहे, पण एक वेळ असं येणार आहे ना, त्या कॉम्प्लेक्स मधले सगळे सोडियम तुमचे रिप्लेस होणार आहेत कॅल्शियम आणि मॅग्नेशियम बरोबर, हो की नाही? मग काय करणार पुढे? शिल्लकच नाही राहिलंय सोडियम तुमचे रिप्लेस करण्यासाठी, तर तुम्ही ऍड केलेले हार्ड वॉटर सॉफ्ट मध्ये कन्वर्ट होईल का? नाही होणार कन्वर्ट, राईट? ड्युरिंग दॅट टाइम वी आर गोइंग टू रिजनरेट इट. Your zeolite, we are going to regenerate it with the help of sodium chloride. You can see this calcium again get replaced by sodium. This is opposite reaction, right? This is a simple zeolite regeneration. Okay, now the fourth method is synthetic resin method. In the synthetic resin method, we are using two, cation exchange resin and anion exchange resin. You can see in the video also, I think you saw in the video also, in the cation exchange resin, inside the hot water, whatever the cations are present get replaced by your cation exchange resin. So this is the simple method in which you can see the reaction by simply जे झिओलाइट मध्ये शिकलात तेच साधारण रिएक्शन तुमच्या इथे दिसतील तुम्हाला. ठीक आहे. cation exchange resin reaction and anion exchange resin reactions. Okay. And here is the regeneration reaction. All right. So it's a simple. If anybody is having any question related to this online session, you can raise your hands or you can put your question in the chat box. Okay. When will admission form will be available online?